TayRayGun's Legos, bricks and toys.
All right, toy fans, build fans, dinosaur fans, right? I feel like this is like one of those. It's like I just take everything I did on this and just recycle it for Jurassic June, right? All right, so let's finish up our dinosaur. We're on our very last bag now. Of course, so far with the dinosaur, I was looking at the fact because I don't like this hinge. But I did notice, I was like, well, why didn't we use a ball socket? And one of the reasons why is that there's not a lot of ball sockets that come in the form of a 1x2 plate with the socket, and this entire piece is the hinge. Now, one of the things I noticed is that this has some flashing on the end of that, and that might be causing the kind of like over the topness of that not wanting to set correctly, because it's like it's wanting to pull, but and it seems to be like one direction. If I go the opposite direction, yeah, it's only one direction. I'd have to look and see what we can do to fix that, but the rest of the tail works really well, and that's all in that ball socket. I found with the hands and the arms, if you're wanting to move them, if you don't hold the sides on either side, that's going to fall off. Clutch power on the sides are not very good, so if you're wanting to move your dinosaur arms, hold the sides, and then you can move the arms as much as you want. Head works really well. Jaw, good hinge there. Nothing too big. It doesn't go any further than that, so you don't want to overextend it. But all in all, pretty good dinosaur. If you've got, so your voice box, hit it there. Hit again if you want to turn it off. I still haven't found that piece. I grabbed this because it was an extra I had in a bucket, but it does make this jaw a little off. But I still have yet to find that piece. With that, we do have a nice set of articulated feet, and with that, it kind of goes here, 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 and then we've got these that kind of, you can talon it out as much as you want. So there's a lot of really good stuff in this. Now I think it's supposed to be like this, where it's kind of flayed out, but you can always move it however you want. So at this point, we're working on the two legs. Now the Tyrannosaurus Rex was a theropod. And as such, theropods actually have this kind of reversed hip, so called a reverse ovarian hip, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on it, because I could be entirely wrong. There's probably a dinosaur enthusiast or someone that's like, no, you're wrong. But if I remember correctly, especially a lot of the small ones, they had more hollow bones. They had reverse hips, and by that, the hip bone came out, and then you had a pelvic shield that came down that built up the very front belly area of the hip bone. And so that's how a lot of theropods, two-legged creatures, were in the dinosaur age, or you could say Jurassic, Triassic, Cretaceous. Precambrian is before the age of the dinosaurs, which is why, like Dimetrodon, being a sauropod, a four-legged creature, and actually it was a little bit different than a sauropod because of the fact that the way its legs were, it wasn't underneath, they were off to the side. Actually, it was more of a lizard. And I think the Dimetrodon and the Edemontoya are two that kind of get mixed up because of the cells. I should stop talking about dinosaurs, to be quite honest. I should stop. But I like dinosaurs. And I want to know more about them. I got books and books and books on them. I got crazed on dinosaurs for a while. But I do really enjoy, dinosaurs. Quite a bit. In an unhealthy, nerdy sort of way. I like a lot of history, too. And I mean, say that and like, I like, right now I'm doing some, because I'm reading through Acts on my Bible app and phone. And so I'm reading through Paul's time uh, in the early ministry. And I am just blown away by some of the stuff that's going on. So I had come up to, it was like something in our library. They had all these books. They're like, here, free, take them. And I was looking at them, and it was like books on ancient Greece, books on the Roman area, including a book specifically on Ephesus. And I'm like, I want to grab those. I want to grab it, kind of check them out, see, see, I guess, like, learn about it. So for me, I am enjoying nerding out and learning about these things. And so a lot of my study now is going towards Ephesus and learning about the Romans and ancient Greek times when Jesus was here on the earth, and also the time when Paul had picked up the ministry from Peter, who was still around and was living at the time what seemed to be in guilt. But if you know the story, here, let me put this on here. If you know the story with Peter was upset for the 3 days after Jesus was crucified, right? So not knowing what to do, he went out and did what he did best. He went fishing. And interestingly enough, if you think about it, Jesus had talked about how they were going to be fisher of men. Not that they were going to cast and catch people out of the water. That's weird. But more like sharing the gospel with them and bringing people to the Holy Spirit, right? So I was like, yeah. So in this, Peter was out in the boat, and Jesus shows up. It's okay. Follow me. And it asks him 3 times, do you love me? Do you love me? Love me. Always, yes. And that kind of repeats that area of when, Peter denied Christ 3 times for the rooster crows. So that was kind of cool. And I still got to read up more on it. So I mean, there's a lot more. It's like I think that for me, that's where it's like, hey, there's lots of cool stories, there's lots of things out there, and I want to read up on it more and understand more. So my thing, hey, if you're a Christian and you're listening to this and you're like, hey, I want to help this guy out, I want to, tell him you're right or you're wrong on this, and here's why, definitely let me know. Like I said, I'm learning on it. I'm reading up on it now, so there's lots of things that I'm still trying to figure out. Sorry about my phone, it's going off. I got a telemarketer calling me. They are getting wild these days. And it's probably the telemarketer's looking for, like, not looking for to buy anything. It's probably the ones that are like, hey, we want you to go vote on this. Okay. I have not been keeping up with a lot of the election stuff lately, and I feel like a awful citizen because I technically should be kind of caught up on my opinions, and I'm not. But I've got to do a little bit more reading and research on a few of the candidates to figure out who I would want to cast my votes for. So that's all I got to say about that one. We got a 2x3. We got a 1x2 brick, and looks like 2 of our regular snot bricks. So this one's mixed where it has both the regular and the half snots. So we got to make sure we're getting the right one each and every time. So with that, we've got, this goes here. And these look like it goes on. Okay, so it looks like they're going to go on one side. So 1 and 2. I'm looking to make sure. Yes, and then this goes back this way. So they're going to be specific to one leg or not. So I think we're working on one leg first, and then we'll come to the other leg. Even though it's going to be mirrored, I think it's one of those where we're getting just a little bit at a time to not overwhelm the builder, because you're not going to say, hey, do this twice, but now do it mirrored. Instead, we're able to keep, this is smart on their half. We're keeping parts separate. We're building a little at a time. Build one leg, great. Now we're going to go build the other, amazing. And then we can put it on the dinosaur, and we'll say that this one is done, but we're not there just yet. Okay. So 164, I've got 2 of these 1x2s. So we're going to go 1 and 2. And it looks like, oh, I see. This is going to go over. So we do need a bit of a jump here. This is supposed to meet up with the curve of that brick there. Okay, got it, I got it. This is going to go here, and I'm guessing this might be the top of the leg. So possibly like this. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not there yet. I don't know if that's going to... We'll figure it out. We're not there yet. I'm jumping ahead, and I need not to. 1, 2, and 3 of the snot bricks in black. 2 and 3, right? Yeah. Okay. Now it looks like we need 1 1x2, 1 black 1x2 tile, and then 3 of the half snot bricks. So this is where we're using our half snots. Half snots. Sounds so ridiculous. Some of the names of some of these things we come up with are ridiculous. But it's not snot, isn't it? It's like, you know, gross, ooh, nasty snot. It's more like it's like stud not on top. And I know I've talked about this probably ad nauseam at this point, where you're like, okay, stop, we get it. This particular one, so we do get the RMS, international, US, blah, blah, this sort of thing. I'm going to turn it to the inside of the leg. I don't want to see it. Nope. Don't want to see it. I'm pretty sure I know where it comes from. So at this point, it's like, yeah, that can go in there. I don't need to worry about it. If I ever get to a point where it's like, hey, what was the toy company that made that? And then I can always take this thing apart and look. But till then, I'm good. I'm good, man. All right, so now we've got... next set here, so we got an orange 1x2 to 1x2. We got an orange and a red, 2 slopes, and a 2x4. So we're gonna 2x4 goes right here. Orange goes on the outside. Aren't you glad I put that where it belonged? And a red one goes on that side. And now we need a 2x3, and then 1, 2 of these kind of topper mabobs. I can't remember. It's some sort of like 2 plate step slope. I don't really remember the name. I'm not gonna look it up. That's laziness on my end, and normally I should be smited for it, but at this rate I think it's okay. Like, listen, we'll just let it go. Isn't that a song? Let it go, let it go. Yeah. I remember when that became such a big hit, and I remember listening to it all the time, and I remember asking for it to end. Definitely not a fun time for me. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm all about some songs here and there, you know, but there does come a point when it's like, okay, I've had it. I think I've had enough. Thank you. It happens a lot with me where it's like, I think I've had enough. Please leave me be. It's very hard for me to articulate that at times when I'm like, hey, okay, I've had enough. If I'm not comfortable with you, I'm not going to tell you. But at the same time, I will sit there and suffer in silence over it. Oh man. So many things with my head. Okay, so this is going to turn this way. It's going to go this way. And that should fit right under there. That's going to be cool when we build this up and attach that. I mean, think about it like that. It's going to be... Man, this dinosaur is going to be massive. I'm excited about this dinosaur. Like, I really am. Okay, so we've got a 1x1, and then we've got this 1x1 tile quarter faced. So this is going to go right here. Let me turn this where it fits the right way. And I want to turn that where it fits the right way. I want to get the orientation correct. I don't like not having the orientation correct. Okay, and that goes here. And now we're building up even more. So this is going to be layers of muscling, it looks like. 1 and 2. We've got 1. No, we need the opposite side. No, opposite. 1. Right here. 1 and 2. Another one of these. And then a 1x2. One by two. Okay. So it's like kind of hoping that we have one of these slopes left over. Because if we do have one of those slopes left over, I'll use that to replace the one on the jaw that I dropped. That would be phenomenal. I don't think that's going to be the case. But if it was, I would be extraordinarily grateful for it. Wow, that's cool. Look at the texture on this and the way it's building up. Now we need this is a 2x4 slope and another 2x4 slope. We're going orange on top. Orange on top, red on the bottom, creating that kind of decorative skin tone on the leg. This is nice. This is nice. So I believe both feet are 151. I don't think there's a difference between the feet. I'm going to go ahead and look one more time. No, there's no difference between the feet. I'm going to snap that on. Okay, and then we'll separate that a little bit. Look at that! That is cool. Now there's no articulation in this part of the leg, and that's okay. That's totally fine by me. Shall we wait to snap that? We'll wait to snap this on last. Okay, so we'll do the other leg, and then we'll snap them on together at the end and have a little bit more celebration. Even though my body and my mind is telling me to do it right now, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Oh, I should have waited, but you know, I struggle. Okay, so here we go. Wow! Look at that dinosaur! Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Let me press that back on up here. Okay, so again, kind of like with the body, you want to move the foot, you're going to have to set it like that. Yeah. That's going to be great. Okay. Move that down. I want to make him tall. Especially if he's going to fight Mecha Team Leader, which is technically my plans. But we're not there just yet. Okay, so we got this. We've got this. So a 2x4, and then we're putting a 1x4 on the end. I'm sorry, 2x2 to 1x4. I'm calculating as I go, and I need to stop. Now we have the half snot, and then a 1x3. So we're building everything kind of on the opposite end. We've got a 1x5, 1x6, and then our other socket brick right here. Socket brick goes on the end. 1x5, 1x6. And then we've got these really interesting, now these are tall cheese wedges. It's like a cheese wedge and a plate. Tall. I don't know why. But, you know, this is not something that Lego makes. It's quite the opposite, but it is as tall as a brick, which I think is cool. Because normally they fall short of about one plate. Alright, here we go. Now we do need another half snot brick, a 2x3 in orange. And now we're making 1, 2 of our L tiles, 1, 2 of our bricks. We're going to flip that over, go 1 and 2, and then we're stacking our L plates one onto the other. And they are 1x2 L plates. Normally when we say L plates, they're going to be that kind of that one or 2x2 L plates, but they're not going to be like the 3x's, which are longer. I don't see those that often. They're there. They are available, but I don't see them very often. Most time I see them, they're going to be with second, like off-brand and kind of, like, I guess what you think of as alternative brands, but usually cheaper alternative brands. I see them a lot there. Surprisingly, I don't see them actually that much, I think, with Lumabricks. I've got a few here and there, and I like them. I sometimes do treasure them. Like, hey, this is pretty cool. I like this. I want to keep it around. But all in all, like, it's not anything that I necessarily need, right? Not that I don't need it. It's not something that, how do I say this the right way? I'm trying to think of the way that my brain should put it. It's, okay. It is not, I don't put it on a pedestal or frame and say this is a rare piece, but I keep it around. If I'm not having it into a build, I keep it around because it is a rare piece for those occasions when I'm going to build something that might need something a little bit more than what Lego usually offers, if that makes sense. I'm trying to put that in a perspective and a voice that makes sense. But yeah. Okay, let's go on here. We got our cheese wedge on the end, another 1x3. Now we need our socket brick, and then we need our tall 1, 2, 3 snot bricks. That's going to go right here across. 1, am I correct? 1 and 2. 1 brick and brick. I went backwards just then, but that's okay. And now we're doing our next. So plate, tile, 3 half snots. And that should be it on the snot bricks at this point. We've got a few pieces here that are left, but it's not, it's kind of, they're, you know, almost like whatever pieces. I do think that this would have been kind of cool to color coordinate, where it's like red, orange, so mainly orange with some red and then some black on top. I think having stripes like black on top would have been a pretty interesting part of the build. So yeah, I like that. Alright, we're going to put this here, and that's again a 1x6, and now we are stacking 1, 2, and a 1x3. So we've got main brick, half snot, and 1x6 plate. That's going to be going up across here. Okay. Ah, know what it did? Okay, here. I'll take this. Notice I did something. Oh. This is supposed to go down this way. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Glad I caught it while I could, because I was looking, it's like something doesn't make sense. It is off, because that curve is supposed to sit together at this area here, and then we can use this for our wedge bricks that go up and build up this section up here. Boom, boom. And then we got 1 and 2, and then one more plate. This plate should go. No, here. Boom, plate, boom. These here. Okay. I'm excited. I keep skipping because I am excited, and I have to remind myself, slow down. Be patient. Be patient. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, and then one of these. I put that tile there. We're going with orange to the outside, red on the inside. Okay. And then this should fit right into here. And again, good clutch. It's like a thigh. I mean, it looks like a drumstick in a way. What was it? Stargate? It's like, it's good. It's good. Bonnie Way. I think is what it was. Bonnie Way. So, it's like tastes like chicken. I love that movie. It's ridiculous. It's surprisingly, and it's one of those that's like, if you've never gotten a chance to watch Stargate, you probably should. It's a really good movie. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around. And I noticed I did something here. Put that there. I've got some things backwards. Should go like that. Okay. Orientation on this one. Again, when I get excited, I struggle, like, really kind of like stopping, looking, paying attention. In time. Alright, so we got 1 and 2. This is supposed to fit onto here. Okay, so we need to turn this to this way. This is supposed to fit onto here. Okay. Again, building up that exterior section and making it, more pleasing to the eye as a dinosaur. Dino DNA. So we got 1 and 2, and then this one is going right here. And then we've got the red one going back 1 here. And then we need 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Yes. Okay. So this is going to go here. This is going right here. And then we're going to stack these 1 and 2. And this should fit onto here on the back. Then we got our 2 plates, right? 1 and 2. 1 goes right here. 1 goes right here. Oh, I'm missing one. I was about to say. That one goes here. All right, so we finish up the leg. I missed that one. Now we're gonna put our foot. Look, this build has come a foot. There we go. And then this should fit right onto here. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And that's it. We do have some parts left over, which is nice. I could always do something with that. I know I switched some things up and put some pieces out towards the end here. I put these to make like a couple little points. I like the idea of having a couple little like nodular points there. We've got this. We can tilt them that way and go. And I thought about, because I've got a tile here, I thought about putting one of the little quarter rounds there. The problem is that leaves a gap here in his mouth. So I'll still be on the hunt for this particular piece right there. I've got this one that came from another set, which is fine for right now, but it is not by any means a final solution in my eyes. I really do want to get that fixed. Uh, all in all, though, man, I will admit this is solid. Oh, I am finding some things, so I'm not going to review it just yet. I usually give myself about a week to play and kind of see, hey, what works, what doesn't work, what would I change, what do I like, what do I not like, things like that. So with that, I'll play with it, figure it out, see what I like, see what I don't like, offer suggestions on things. I do like the fact that these feet can bow out, like the toes displacement can go out because that allows for some pretty decent posing. But yeah, that's a solid build, I have to admit. Solid build, really good. I liked this one a lot. It was worth taking 4 days. You notice I haven't changed my shirt in 4 days. It tells you a lot about what's going on over here right now, right? Hey, yeah, ignore that, please. Ignore the man behind the counter for those who are Wizard of Oz fans, right? Ignore the man behind. No, ignore the man behind the curtain. That's what it is. All right. Hey, thank you all for showing up. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. You can be alerted. Anything comes from me to you. Comment down below. What's your favorite part of this build? Like this video. It helps YouTube know that you're liking what I'm making. And comment down below. Again, I like talking with you all. So if you haven't figured it out, please talk to me. I want to talk to you, right? Okay. You could also help out the channel by going over to my link tree. It's in the bio. I can put it in every video, but it's also in my channel bio as well. So that way you can get something out of the shop. I get a small commission on things, but that sort of thing does help the channel grow. Either helps me buy more samples down the road, or helps me get some equipment, or even pay for some of the services that I have for like restreaming, things like that. So any little bit helps. I do thank you on that. Lumibricks fan, want to get a Lumibricks set from me, go down there to the Lumibricks, have affiliate link there. I also like to really shout them out because they're a great company. I just haven't been able to buy any new Lumibricks here soon or recently, so, but they are solid builds as well. Hey, thank you all for showing up today. I love you all. Guess what? Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build and happy break hunting.